edition of Tribulation Ready Survival. I'm Michael, and you'll have to pardon my voice today because I literally just got out of bed yesterday from being in bed for 3 to 4 days with the flu, so deal with my voice today if you would please. But we have an exciting episode today. This one was really an episode that I've been trying to do for a while, and so here's what the whole thing is. Okay, again, our goal as Torah-following, Bible-believing, Yeshua-believing, God-fearing people, our goal is to endure until the end. Every minute of every day that we're alive on this earth, we are being bombarded with evil things coming against us. All day, every day. From the commercials you watched on TV last night to the stoplight you were sitting at waiting for the light to turn green. We're being bombarded by these things, and we don't often take notice of what they are, where they are. We just see these things as we go by, or in our side view if you have that. You kind of look around and you see things. Well, sometimes the things you don't see or you have to stop and see are those, you don't necessarily notice these things until you stop and take a look. So here's what I did. I spent about 2 hours in downtown Wichita, Kansas, population 600,000-ish, metropolitan area, and I walked for about 4 miles. And as difficult as it was, just getting out of bed, I did it. I've been trying to do this video. I really wanted to do this video, and what I found was incredible. We are currently on our way downtown to the bowels of Wichita, Kansas. Yes, I mean the bowels. Because you're going to see things today that, depending on where you live, probably never seen before. I'm going to show you some places where I know there are tons of pagan symbols, satanic symbols, other false god symbols, and in this town of about 600,000 people, we're going to see that it's bombarding us every day, every minute, every hour, just as we do something simple like walking down the street and driving to our next destination. So join me today as I take you on a short exploratory tour of Wichita, Kansas. Okay, so welcome to downtown Wichita, Kansas. We're going to talk about things that are pagan and satanic and that are not of God, for God, by God. And they deal with man's laws, Satan's attempt to deceive men with some of the truth, part of the truth, or just plain a bold-faced lie. And and some things, and I'm probably going to ruffle some feathers through the video, but some things that we have here are people and organizations that put together something for good, as far as what society would say. Oh, you have your own hospitals, you have your own entertainment, you have your own whatever, and that money goes to charities. But here's the deal. Okay, we all know what pharmakia, we all know about pharmakia, but we also know that these things are, you should know that these are covers for satanic operations. They make the organization look good by doing these things. And so what I'm talking about here, and I will turn around and take a look. We are currently, so as we stand across the street from the Shrine Temple, you can also see that it is a pretty secure building as far as there is no windows on the outside of the building whatsoever. So we know that not only is it a secret society, they do not want you to know what is going on inside this building whatsoever. There's not one window. And the reason they don't want you to know what's going on inside this building is because they're called secret societies for a reason. Now we're on the back side. We're on the back side of the Midian Shrine Temple where we first started out. But you'll notice that there's a sign here. And I'm not going to get up in their parking lot. I'm not going to trespass on their property. This door is protected with armed security. It's kind of peeling off, but it's still there. And this door has it too. And this one here also says this door is protected with armed security. And again, Midian Shrine Temple. Backside, there's not one window in this building, dude. Not one. Well, just had confrontation number one with a guy here. That was confrontation number one. A guy pulled into the parking lot here, wanted to know what I was doing standing in front of the Midian Shrine Temple and why I was videotaping. So I explained to him the whole situation of what was going on and why I was there, and he's like, you know, I never thought about that. I showed right there. There's the ancient pharaoh, if you will, or false god right there on the front, and he hadn't really stopped to take a look. And that's the way people are. So here's what we got now. And we'll step out here in the sunlight. So I made my way out here to the intersection of 1st Street and Topeka here in Wichita, Kansas. And I'm going to give you a close-up here, but this building behind me, which kind of looks like a castle, sort of, it's got the rotunda here, it goes all the way up. And you might notice that this building has lots of stained glass. And I'll get you a little closer shot here, a better shot hopefully. You'll notice that those stained glass windows in those rooms that go all the way up, that is some sort of ritualistic chamber. And the reason it's put on that corner is so that it gets the sunlight for the stained glass and it serves a ritualistic purpose. It may be one of those rooms where they perform some sort of worship, some sort of sacrifice, some sort of whatever. Again, it's a secret society. We may not know everything that goes on in there because that information is left at the door, kept in somebody's mind, and not spoken about freely. So let's go take a look at the building and see what kind of pagan / satanic symbols we can see just on the architecture alone of the building. Okay, so here, this is the main focus. I'm going to bring you here from left to the right where the rotunda goes all the way up. But if you look, this area right here is the center focus of the stained glass windows. And I would guarantee you that at some point, if not currently, right behind that window, there is some sort of altar, like you would have in a church, for their worship purposes. You also see parts of the architecture. It's made out of limestone that's quarried around here all the time. But let's get an even closer look and see what we can see on the building. Okay, so this building was complete, if you can see here. This building was completed in 1887. Okay, so as we come around the back side, you'll see that the Scottish Rite building has two parts. But all of a sudden, you see a entertainment venue, one that I've never heard of. I've lived here for quite a while, many years, but I've never heard of it. I guess it's probably their private entertainment venue. However, it's called Temple Live. Why? Temple, it's a place of worship, right? Yeah, absolutely it is. And it's locked up like a tighter than a drum. These two upside down triangles behind it, or beside it, and a two-headed eagle with another symbol in the middle. Obviously another pagan symbol of some sort. But again, you'll see that we have stained glass windows. We have another perched bird with two heads, 2 feet, 2 heads. If that's not pagan, I don't know what it is. I don't know what is. But let's take another look at it. If you see the perched bird, and then you see everything else below it, does that or does that not look like a face? Absolutely it does. And then down below you have the chest, and then on the hand you have the right and left hands. That looks like a pagan, look at that, horns. You just don't get this when you're driving by. You don't see that. And then you have another symbol. I'm going to try and show it to you right there. And I can't quite pick that one out. But if you look, even above that one, there is another one. I can't even pull it out. It's crazy high. So high I can't even see it. I'm going to go across the street. But then above the one you have here that looks demonic. Let's go even higher. Now you've got one with two, what looks like horns, as far as like a shofar kind of thing, but it's not a shofar, but they're actual like blowing horns of some sort. I can't even get up there. There it is. You see that? I'll get across the street. Again, we got another one. We got another one of those, what looks to be just a head, but it's actually a head, hands, and a face there. Two more horns up above, if you can see that. More stained glass windows here. Okay, so you can see that the top of this Scottish Rite building, it's got a couple things, and there's a lot of little details that if you don't stop and notice, you won't see. But let's take a look. Right there, I don't know if you can see it very well, in that lower right-hand corner, there is a perfectly shaped 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-pointed star in the corner of that. So there is something important that happens in that area right there. They would mark it for that reason. Now let's do it again. Take a look. On the opposite side, see where that star is on that left side? On the right side, there's also another star. There's another star. Why do those exist there? Why are those things where they are? And I'll tell you what I think. I think it's because they are there to mark a specific location for a specific purpose. That's not something that just happens. They don't just happen by accident with these guys. We're exploring here and we're learning. These symbols of paganism and satanic worship are everywhere. So this O symbol right here, we have something. If you look at the New Mexico state flag, it's not exactly the same, but it is the same purpose. Okay, this is a Zia. It is a symbol of the sun. No matter what they say, you can't deny that. That's in your face. But it has to deal with, they can say whatever they want, that its meaning is, but it is in fact an eye. It is also the sun. It is a pagan symbol of sun worship. And guess what? It is the symbol of the city of Wichita, Kansas. It is on their city flag and has been for 100 years or so. And I'll include that here. But this was literally adjacent to the Scottish Rite building. I was walking over to another location and I saw this. I thought I'd point it out. And this symbol is everywhere in this city. Everywhere. Bumper stickers, license plates, everything. Okay. So here we are again. I literally went half a block from where we were at a little bit ago. And you'll see behind me the very famous multi-billion-dollar industry of the company, Starbucks. Again, a false god, 5-pointed star. Yeah, pagan symbols are everywhere. You just don't even know it. Maybe you didn't stop to realize it. Maybe you did. It's everywhere, folks. So in this little art Express Yourself Park, you can literally come here and they take them off every now and again and you can paint your own whatever. And here's what it says. Free come in, hang out, warm up, and paint. Kind of a community thing, but there's a lot of pagan and new age symbolism, if you will. It's this giant mural up here. Kind of a cultural thing, not a big deal so far, except, oh, right, well, you can see it right about there. We have a pagan looking symbol. We have another one back over here. It has not only does it have an all-seeing eye, but it's got several other swirls. It's got a yin and yang, a Zen looking thing. It's even got Hebrew mixed in with it. Here's another one with Hebrew mixed in it. So what you have here is you have a combination of where New Age meets pagan meets lots of stuff. Almost confusion and a distraction from Yeshua himself. And like I said, the sun worship here in Wichita, Kansas, as far as pagan idols, false gods, symbols. Did I say pagan idols? Same thing. Pagan symbols. This is the Wichita Chamber of Commerce. I love Wichita. Hashtag I love Wichita. And what's right in the middle of that? Quite frankly, a Zia. Yep. Folks, it's everywhere in this town. Okay, so we are walking down by the river here in Wichita, Kansas. And you'll notice that behind me there is a sign right over here that it says Keeper of the Plains on it. Okay? So the Keeper of the Plains is a giant stone Indian idol that sits in the middle of Wichita, Kansas that is worshiping the sun. There's no doubt about it. You'll see the little picture of it back here on the symbol. But we're headed down there. It's about 2 miles from here. I got to get walking. But it's posted everywhere in this town. Super famous around the entire state. And we're going to go take you to show you a Indian idol worshiping the sun. Again, here we are with the Zia thing, right? Okay. Base of the giant pagan metal sun god, Indian worshiping the sun. You can hear the Native American music, which is interesting. Security cameras everywhere, of course. You do have a beautiful city behind it there, Wichita. It's a pretty neat looking city there. But here we are. We are at the bridge going across over here to the Keeper of the Plains, and every day at 7 p.m. their ring of fire. Wow. So pagan worship every night at 7, huh? That's when it starts. Like I said, guys, here's the Keeper of the Plains. We're talking about worshiping the sun, and it's just so funny. I don't know if you can hear me, but right here in the parking lot, the Zia symbol's on everything. So if you can see, right here behind me is the Black Sabbath Motor Club. And here's some new age. Kindness is magic. An all-seeing eye with ICT in the middle of it. And over here on the left-hand side, again, another Zia with sun worship. And it's all over. And this says ICT 316, and you'll see there's all sort of forms of the Zia here in the background. Hey, thank you for spending time with us today here on this video. It was a very short drive that we took. I hope you see some of these things and that it just brings to light how much stuff there is out there. It's just everywhere, and sometimes we don't even notice it. So here's what you've been waiting on. The whole video is the information how to win this drawing. The prize I will post here in just a second on the picture. I'm going to have some custom banana jigs from my friend over at Jared's Banana Jigs, custom banana jigs, and I'm also going to have some fishing jigs from my friend over at Pond Hopper TV, Rex. He makes custom hand-made fishing jigs. I use them all the time, and they are awesome. So I thought that would be a great thing to put in your go bag or in your emergency fishing kit in your car, whatever the case may be. So, or you can just use them if you want to, right out. But it's a great way to be able to supply yourself with food. So that's why I am giving these away to you guys. So with that being said, you need to be a subscriber of the Facebook page, a member of the Tribulation Ready Survival on Facebook, and you need to make a comment down below. On February 28th, I will take the comments and compare them to the members. Everyone who has been verified on both will be entered into our famous brown paper bag. Their name will be put in there. I will draw out the name. I will give that person 24 hours to respond to me on Facebook with a private message. At that point, that person will get the prize. If they fail to respond within 24 hours, we'll move on to another person and another person if we have to. But my goal is to give you this gear to help you guys boost up your ability to survive in a survival situation. So, thank you for spending time with us today. If you have any comments, we want to hear them down below, especially if you're trying to get into the contest. And please keep social with us on Facebook. Have a good one.